That SinglePhoenix wants to come up. I could bring you up. Let's see. Who else wants to come up?
Hello?
What's up, SinglePhoenix?
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I just have a few questions about AJ's view here. Because I was just curious to see like how far your view actually goes. So if any of these questions seem insulting to you, they're not meant to insult you. I just want to get like a clear understanding. So the first question would be, do you think space is fake?
I would say that as it has been explained to us, space is fake, as it is a violation of natural laws.
Okay. Do you think the other planets we witness in our solar system are also fake?
I believe that what we see out in the solar system is we see generally lights in the sky. Okay, when we're looking through a telescope, we're using a 2D tool, so we're not actually seeing spheres through that tool. But regardless of that, we would have to first prove that the Earth, if you want to correlate it like this, that if these planets are spherical, then the Earth should be spherical. We would first have to prove that the Earth is a planet. So we would need to look at the definition of planet. I can drop that in the chat for you if you like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me 2 seconds. I've got a lot of citations here.
While you're looking for that, I want to thank everybody for showing up. It was a good debate. AJ obviously won. Gavin had to, take himself away or whatever.
Oh, wait, I don't think you sent this.
So I'm just trying to grab it.
Yeah, you're good. No worries.
Okay, so from NASA, spacelace.nasa.gov, a planet must do 3 things. It must orbit a star. It must be big enough to have enough gravity to force a spherical shape. And it must be big enough that its gravity cleared away any objects of similar size near its orbit. So first, we would have to prove the sphericity of the Earth. So we would need some measured drop over distance. We would then need to prove that we are orbiting a star and that the sun is at the center of our universe. And thirdly, we would have to discuss gravity, what gravity is, and what is the causation of gravity before we could make any type of correlation of the Earth being a planet like the planets claimed in the sky.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Next question would just be: do you think? And I think I know the answer to this question, but do you think NASA is fake news?
Yes, I do believe NASA's in fake news. They've been caught lying numerous times. Everybody can see that. There's discussions both from Globe and Flatside as to whether these videos of moon landings, etc., were faked. And again, if we go back to your original question of space, it is a violation of natural laws.
Okay. Do you think every space agency that advocates for a globed Earth is fake news?
Obviously, yes, due to the fact that they cannot show any measured curvature, drop over distance. As per my first citation, water finds level. As per my second, we have long distance lasers. As per my third, the black swan, a logical syllogism. We have a geometric horizon that is supposed to be at 1.22 miles, where we see it beyond 10 miles. This is impossible on the claimed radius.
Okay. So do you think every astronaut is a paid actor?
I don't know that I'd put it as a paid actor. Yeah, I think that's just breaking it down too far, I suppose you would say. I believe that these people are given these positions as they're already in high positions, such as military pilots, etc. We find that most are Freemasons. So if you're asking why would they lie, then usually it's for some sort of benefit. And yes, we could say here it is for some type of monetary benefit, although that would just be speculating on my part.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
But obviously, everything's compartmentalized. People know what they need to know in these industries, same as the military, etc. But I wouldn't put it down to as much as paid actors, I would say.
Okay. So
In the long
Sorry, go
run,
ahead.
yeah, I suppose on a very basic level.
okay. So I guess this would be a better question. Do you think that every independent scientist that advocates for a globed Earth that does not seek any like monetary gain is also like pretending or just spreading fake news?
Well, what we see in science is that we do have people that question the current narrative, but these people don't get the airtime or the stage, and they're usually belittled and they're put down and they're laughed at. Yeah, but there are plenty of scientists that do question the current paradigm. And secondly, science, if we have a look at how they teach at university, which I can bring up some citations on terrestrial refraction, they teach the current narrative. They don't necessarily question it. And when they do independent peer reviews, they're not actually retesting. They're reading the documents and ensuring that they align with the current views that are out there for their peer review. So I don't believe that all these scientists are actually testing the claims.
Gotcha. Okay, so what do you think that the motivation could possibly be for all these like space agencies and like all these people spreading fake news could be?
Well, I suppose that comes back to what I just said, with your last question, why would they lie? Look, at the end of the day, I can't tell you why liars lie. Like I said, it's usually for some type of benefit. Now, whether that's money, control, power, I suppose I could ask you the same question. Why did you lie the last time that you told a lie? I'm not trying to attack you. Everybody lies. Everybody's told a lie in their life. What would be the purpose of the last time that you told a lie?
It would have probably been for some like monetary gain, but I don't see why. I don't know like why every one of these like independent scientists. I mean, if anything, like a motivation that I could see from your part would be just because they don't want to be belittled. But that's about it.
No,
That's the only...
not necessarily. Like I said, most time lying is for some sort of benefit. Yeah, whether that's financial gain, like you just said, etc. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter why they lied, because we need to look at the empirical evidence of the shape of the Earth. And unfortunately, the claims that are made do not stack up, and the empirical evidence, measurements, etc., show that we live on a stationary topographical plane. So they would need to show some type of measurement of drop over distance in the first instance to even show that we're living on this ball.
Okay. This is my last and final question. I'm sorry for taking up some of your time, but why not? And this may sound like a kind of silly question that it might have a very obvious answer, but there are space tourists. There's a company that do like space tourism trips. They are pretty expensive, but I'm sure your guys' community is pretty big. I'm sure you guys could like maybe have a fundraiser going or something like that, to where someone from the community, a trusted member of your community, can go into these spaceships and go to orbit and see for themselves. Why haven't you guys done that yet?
Well, one, I wouldn't have the money to do that, and two, again, what we have is a claimed space trip. First, I would need to see how they are violating these natural laws. Are you able to explain at all how we can have gas pressure next to a near perfect vacuum without any type of containment preventing entropy? Are you able to explain how we have gas pressure in the first instance without that containment due to the fact that the antecedent requirement of gas pressure is containment?
I probably wouldn't be able to explain to you that. No, I'm not very knowledgeable on the topic. But I mean, it seems to be the case that they're doing it. I mean, there's got to be some like you said, there's got to be some explanation like how they're doing it.
Well, the claim is that they're doing it, but they haven't been able to verify that claim. That's my
Alright, well, you
that
can-
would be my final point.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the question was just like, you can just go see for yourself. But yeah, I mean, money, like financial issues and stuff like that. But that's why I also brought up like the fundraiser thing. You guys' community has, expanded a little bit. I'm sure like you guys could get something going along those lines. But yeah, it's a pretty hefty experiment. But yeah, those were all the questions I had. Sorry for taking up a lot of your time. Thank you.
That's all right.
Hey man, I love you, AJ. I was glad to mod, bro. You won the debate. I gotta bounce.